So our theme of discussion was curiosity and exploration. So some points I made that first I said is curiosity is innate. ये हमारे अंदर होता है. It's innate. It's part of our evolution. It's part of our instinct. The right word is it is part of our instinct. Unlike I said courage. Courage is something you build. Courage is something society आपको सिखा देता है. Okay, but instinct is very much part of you, your own personality. It's instinct that you have of survival. That's one point. The second point I said was that curiosity is the basis of life and evolution. If there was no curiosity, I would have no learning. So curiosity, जो है, it's part of a learning. It's part of a discovering. If you have got no curiosity, you cannot discover. That's why you can add something here. Discovery. That's why we say a very important aspect of curiosity. एक curiosity है, which is sensory curiosity. You feel like touching, you feel like listening, you feel like smelling something. You're curious. That is sensory curiosity. वो भी important है. Sensory curiosity is a very important part of knowing your environment. आप किस environment में है? It's very important part of knowing one's environment. Sensory curiosity. Typically, you have seen children do that. They experience the environment that way. एक और part है curiosity का. It is the intellectual and the cognitive curiosity. Now, if you look at human beings, okay, this is a very important differentiator. Intellectual cognitive curiosity, the ability to think. Now, we do not know if all animals can think. Some, of course, they do, but maybe not thinking in abstract terms. Say, बहुत important quality of a man and human life है, that we can think abstractively. The abstraction, जो philosophy वाला है, okay, I think that is a very important part of being human beings. Curiosity of the intellectual type, curiosity of the cognitive type, it's a very important part of the quality of being human being. That's why we say that without this, there is no human development. Without this, we can have no human development. We can have no civilizations. कोई भी civilization का एक बहुत important quality है. A civilization is oriented towards growth. A civilization is oriented towards developing. इनके art होते हैं, इनके literatures होते हैं. If I ask all of you, what are the symbols of civilization? Why do I say, this society जो है, ये civilization है? How do I say that? In a civilization, you will have trade. In a civilization, because you have trade, you also will have number systems. In civilizations, you will have literature. In civilizations, you will have very distinct language with sophisticated communication means. When I say sophisticated का मतलब है, इस language में grammar हो जाएगा. So as grammar develops, the area becomes civilization. Literature and a script develop होता है, then we say it's a civilization. In a civilization, we'll have society differentiation. So when I'm talking about curiosity यहाँ पर बहुत important है. How do you start trade? Only after you're curious about new places. You're curious about new locations, new people, new cultures. Okay, so I go back here. As I'm saying, the intellectual curiosity है. The intellectual curiosity is a very important part of abstract thinking. It's a very important part of any civilization. It's a very important part of any human development. It's part of growth, of art, of literature. In fact, if I stretch this, देखो, what is the main difference between a dogmatic society and a progressive society? Main difference क्या है? Dogmatic society का मतलब क्या होता है? Society that is ruled by do's and don'ts and very strict norms. The do's and don'ts are almost at the level of your thinking. Okay, the governments, the people in power can stop you from thinking. They'll say, यही right है, nothing else. You can't question. That's a dogmatic society. Think of what happened in societies जहां पर extreme religion ये theological basis है. The best example of this is perhaps Europe in the Dark Ages. This is also true for somewhere in the recent last 100-200 years में, the Arab world. And you can see this in the rise of cultural nationalism, where there is also rise of religious fundamentalism. ये सारे societies में, okay, they have been very dogmatic. You can do this, you cannot do that. Think of our own ancient times. Say the rise of Buddhism and Jainism was partly because of dogmatism of Hinduism. Okay, I mean, very strict norms. So who will do what type of role. तो ये हर culture का यही history रहा है. Our own ancient times, okay, that started the evolution of new thoughts, new philosophies. In fact, what was Bhakti movement about? What was your Sufi movement about? The Sufi movement, Bhakti movement were essentially challenging the dogmatic society. So by that logic, that one is a society जो rigid है, like that is very strict in terms of what they do. और एक है a progressive society, which is more permissible. A society that is more accepting. A society that is willing to experiment. A society that is perhaps more respectful, okay, of diversity. A society that is more permissible. A society, okay, that is more accepting. A society जो ज़्यादा experiment करता है, सोचता है, okay, it is respectful of diversity. Now, this is only possible when you are curious, when you can explore. So, on one hand, I'm saying the curiosity is the basis of learning. Then we say curiosity is also the basis of a progressive modern society. I mean, I don't know if you have read this or not. There's this idea that travel is the best education. Why do we say that? Because what travel does travel feeds our curiosity. Travel kind of ignites our inquisitiveness. You will not travel. Say, एक तो होता travel, I'm taking a vacation, छुट्टी ले रहे हैं from break. और एक होता travel, where you really want to see people, you want to see a society, you want to see diversity. Okay, if I see travel as an experience, this is nothing but curiosity. Now, when government of India is promoting rural tourism or forest tourism, or talk about your health tourism, वो तो एक अलग ही dimension हो गया. But rural ecotourism, village tourism, handicraft tourism, ये सब experience वाला ही होता है. Come and experience the way we live, the way we survive. That's around the virtue of curiosity. So I go back. I said, in curiosity, a very important aspect is the intellectual and the cognitive curiosity. इससे एक और virtue आता है. Okay, now see, curiosity is in some ways very much linked to एक और point है. Okay, another point here. Curiosity is very much linked to a risk-taking ability. I've mapped what? I've mapped curiosity education. I've mapped curiosity and human development and civilizations. I've mapped curiosity and progressive society. I'm mapping कर रहे हैं. Okay, तो कहाँ use कर सकते हो? Curiosity and education, curiosity and I said life and evolution, curiosity and civilization, curiosity and progressive society. Curiosity is the basis of being human itself. You are not the human species जो intellectual है without curiosity. So curiosity is a symbolic of all of these things. It symbolizes growth and so on. अच्छा, ये एक और angle है. Curiosity has an element of risk-taking. It has an element of risk-taking. Curiosity, it has an element of uncertainty. हम जो बात करते हैं ना, virtues of teaching new skills, what will survive or what will manage in the world of future are not traditional skills. God knows, ChatGPT types, ChatGPT 4 and God knows what version will be out by the time another 5-6 years के अंदर में. So the kind of development we have in technology, lot of things which are taken for granted today will go obsolete. नए jobs होंगे, नए skills जरूरत हैं. So what are the 2-3 most important skills that we need to teach for children of the future? A very important skill is your relationship skills. Okay, that's an important skill. How to work in team, people, managing emotions. A second important skill is teaching people to survive ambiguity. This is so much identified with all of us, probably not just you, even me for that matter. हमारे life में एक बहुत strong element of distress hai, uncertainty. Okay, I mean, yesterday itself somebody came to me, sir, I'm preparing for next year, but sir, I want to have a plan B ready. Plan B क्या होता है आपका? Okay, and why at this stage of your life, why do you want a plan B? And for heaven's sake, tell me somebody who has planned for plan B and has succeeded in plan A. आप plan A कर नहीं रहे हो, plan B सोच रहे हो. जब plan B में घुसे को, you will require another plan C for that matter, or plan B of plan B, right? So ये बहुत important stress factor हमारे लिए. Like why? Because we do not have the skills, or we have been not taught how to maneuver in ambiguity and uncertainty. A common term we all of us are used to is, sir, we want stability. So sir, एक job तो हो जाए, I'll have stability. So state service दे देता हूँ and have stability. Again, that stability is where you get into a trap. फिर बाहर नहीं निकल पाते हैं.